If you would have been there, you would have seen the biggest smile in Catalonia. My sweet, smart, short suegra looked me up and down and said in her Catalan accent, "Jessica, you look like a Barbie." And my eyes lit up. Because as a Canadian kid wearing snow pants for half the years, who was this tall when she was 5 years old, being called beautiful felt good. Because when I was a little kid, I got called boy a lot. I know.
Lift that mic up, tall woman. Sorry, could you? Freddie Mercury all of a sudden, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. I'm gonna get this between your legs. It's kind of rude, but.
Mike? Oh, Mike.
Oh,
I like tall guys named Mike.
Gracias, Sebastián.
Thin, and I know I'm not supposed to want to be beautiful because that's not what feminists and empowered women live for. But I was taught my whole life that I should grow up and get married, have 2 kids, 1 husband, and after 20 years of marriage, I renovated kitchen.
Wow.
And being beautiful was my way to get there. And so that day I felt like I achieved success. And then, a couple months later, I'm a Barbie girl in a COVID world. Life in confinement, it ain't fantastic. Which is the real Barbie song, which is what I thought she was going to sing. I didn't know about that one. And everything changed once COVID came. Do you remember? March 15th. Oh my God, is that next week? 4 years. Wow. And my world fell a little bit apart. And that plastic dream that I had wasn't going to get me through the hardships of having no clients, having 2 businesses, and having a lot of socks on the floor and a neighbor that loves reggaeton. And my sweet, short suegra, Elena, she would say to me, "Jessica, embrace the whole life." And I thought, easy for you to say. Elena, 50 years ago in Catalonia, blonde, blue-eyed, middle-class white woman, fell in love with a tall, dark, too dark man from Nigeria. And she married that man and had 4 beautiful children. And on the day that they got a new apartment, a 3-bedroom apartment, they were gonna go there the next morning. And that night, he died. And he never woke up the next, well, if you die, you don't wake up. Sorry, a little bit of humor in that, but he never saw the faces of his 4 children and his wife in their new life. And he was murdered. And Elena raised that man and his 3 sisters with €2 a week to feed them. And there were no black people in the whole city. And this woman did an amazing job with these children. And here I was, an entitled, white, middle-class girl, traumatized because of COVID. My resilience was so fucking low. And I traveled the world. I had learned 5 languages, forgotten 4 of them. I had lived the life, boyfriends in every port. He doesn't speak English, so he doesn't know what I'm saying. And I couldn't deal with the hardships of not having enough money. And during this time, I dedicated myself to the Canadian national sport. What is that?
Broom ball.
Broom ball. That makes a little bit more sense than broom ball. It sounds like you just sweep.
Drinking.
Drinking. No.
Cheese.
Donut eating.
That's not from Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons did not survive in Barcelona. I am sorry, I did not do my job. Boldo, what? They're everywhere now. You can't get away from that donut shop. A donut to me is like what chocolate or a tub of ice cream or a bottle of champagne is to the rest of you women. It's like a hug on a cold winter, 8 months of the year Canadian night. And this donut made things a little bit easier during COVID. And I realized one day, my swagger came over and she would hold my hand and she would say to me, Jessica, embrace the whole life. She sounds Italian, but she was Catalan. I don't know how Catalans talk, it's only been 8 years. Jessica, embrace the life. Oh, that's not Italian, that's not just Catalan. I don't know how Catalans talk. They don't talk to me. Okay. And during COVID, guys, do you remember that there was no whining and dining? Yes? Closed. There was no travel. That was dedicated to the local supermarket. There was no dating. That also was limited to local supermarket. And during this time, I started to get a little bit wiser. I think it was the donuts. And Elena would remind me as the years went by, she said, Jessica, embrace the whole life. And one day, as I was gonna do this, just to be really athletic, I was like melodramatic, laying on the couch, and I looked up at her, and I realized life is like a box of donuts. Each one has got a hole. And life isn't this Barbie plastic dream about being beautiful and achieving the cars and the garage and the picket fence and the beautiful, tall, engineering German husband. Sorry, Mom. But life is like a donut. It's delicious and wonderful and takes away the pain. And then there's the hole. And most of us don't even realize that we have a hole. Are there any humans still in the room? No. Humans, we try and stuff the hole like a Kardashian. We try and fill it with Amazon next day delivery. We try to sprinkle it with bling bling, money and a thing. And what I realized during these 4 hard years, we are donuts. 80% amazing and 20%, there's a void. And once I could accept that, is when I became free. Because I no longer had that idea that it would be all okay if I just looked the role, played the role, and had the husband in that nice car. And after 4 years, well, it was only 3 years. No, let's not exaggerate. 3 years of COVID, working in my pajamas at home, I have morphed into a new kind of Barbie. Chubby Barbie. Chabarb. Chabarb. And ladies, Chabarb still gets a Ken. He's bald. She still gets a convertible, Beasing, and she still gets her dream home in a Shambhala on the 7th floor with no elevator. Dreams can come true. Look at me, babe, I'm with you. And it was so enlightening for this Barbie. Whatever version of Barbie you have become. Do you remember what you wanted to become when you were a kid?
Barbie!
Yeah, did you?
I never grew the boobs!
You never grew the boobs. Do they have flat Barbie?
Now I think they do. She's called Skipper.
Skipper, yeah, that was the niece. And nobody wanted to become chubby Barbie. It wasn't like a dream. But I realized I'm more chubby Barbie because Barbie is missing 6 ribs, and I would prefer to eat ribs. And so embracing that imperfection, that who we are, was the most powerful thing that COVID did for me. And through that all, Elena had told me, embrace the whole. I was like, God, how did I not see it? How did I not see it? I was like, I want to see it. And this man did not abandon me through those times, because he's resilient like his mother. And I am so blessed that I found someone that knows the value of life. That it's not about the shiny things. I'm from North America. It's all about having perfect white teeth with no donuts in them. It's all about the perfect tits and the And I'm over 40, so, right? You're perfect. I'm perfect. Thank you. This is good, actually. And it's on the seat. So when I heard about this event, I was like, oh, I get to tell my chubby Barbie story. And just sitting here earlier, my partner, Bella, said to me, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, the old programming came back because I was like, but babe, look at my hair. I hardly brushed it. I haven't tweezed my eyebrows for like 2 weeks because I lost my tweezers. I'm like 22 kilos more than I was when I met you. Like, how can you love me? And it's that fucking programming, right? That we have to be these beautiful Barbies and find a husband, and that will complete us and make us whole. There's hardly a hole left. It's more of a hole now. I don't know where the story is going, but and it's a lie. It's such a lie. Once we embrace that there's a void and it's different for each of you, and I don't know how you're going to fill that void. Maybe you want to open a donut shop and die 20 years younger. Just me? Maybe you want to open a coffee shop. Call me. Whatever it is, if you have to write that book, if you got to go on stage and be a feminazi, if you got to sing on stage, whatever you have to do, we cannot wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed, right? And I learned that through COVID, and we've all learned that through COVID. And so, grab your donut. Imagine your donut, guys. Hold it up. Here's a piece. And we're all going to shout together, embrace the whole life on 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Embrace the whole life. Cheers.
Take the mic again, because I think that's somehow I appointed myself as having that job. Wow, thank you, Jess.